that drives for Uber and Lyft. Joe currently uses multiple phones to efficiently drive for Uber and Lyft. But this can be a pain at times and very unsafe. That was until Joe found Maximo, the rideshare app that automates Uber and Lyft ride requests. Maximo will use the filters set by Joe, like time, distance, and passenger rating, to determine which rides are best suited for Joe. When a ride request comes in, Joe doesn't need to worry. Maximo will automatically accept the ride request that matches his filters, and then turn off the app that isn't currently on a ride. Once Joe finishes the ride, Maximo will turn everything back on. This will allow Joe to focus more on his passengers and driving safe.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Thursday night Roundtable, one of my favorite nights of the week. And Mr. Hannibal is on a date since the gig conference. He's out on a date with his wife tonight. So we have John Dash, who is actually, John's just kind of one of us at this point, really. I mean, he's been on the panel so many times. I don't even know. He's even filled in for me, and we were just talking about that in the back. But
I feel like I'm like a rotating regular almost.
Yeah, for sure. So we got John, Dash Theory TV on. We got Mr. Middleton, GaryZaps.com.
Other way, Steve. Other way. Like you got
that way.
Yeah.
and we got Kim's Side Money Plans too.
Hi everyone.
Hi Kim. Yeah, Hannibal will be back next week, you guys, and I think the guest will be Zach Drives Feps. But this week, we met somebody at the gig conference who was pretty interesting. Guy wrote a song while we were just sitting there, and he went up and sang it a cappella.
Till the DJ messed it up.
Got to give this guy some credit.
Thanks for noting that.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it was cool, man. And, and it just shows, I mean, like that takes a certain person to do that. And he ends up being from my home state of Michigan. And you guys all know that I connect with Michigan people very well. His channel is called Let's Play DoorDash. He lives in Detroit. His name is Joe. And Joe, you wanna fill us in on a little bit about you, what you do?
Yeah, for sure. Like, so totally, the gig apps are definitely a side hustle. I got a solid W-2. I'm a foreman of an aerospace repair company. So, I do that for 10 hours a day, and then 4 days a week, I go out for 4 to 6 hours of dashing after work. I started dashing because it's fun. I don't know how else to explain it. I mean, the channel name kind of says it, but, as I was younger, it's all me and my buddies that do. We jump in a car and drive around and explore. So when I found DoorDash, it's kind of like a video game. It's like Grand Theft Auto without the violence, right? You drive around town, you pick up missions, drop them off, you get points, but the points are money. So
the violence part is kind of there, actually. So
I mean,
let's keep going,
you learn that after time. You stay out of that side of the zone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We just dashers, we know. But so obviously this is not extra income that you even necessarily, like many people, need, because your W-2 job sounds like it could take care of all that.
Yeah,
just guessing.
No,
but a lot of people are in a position where they do need this, even if they're just doing it as the extra work.
Right, and that's what kind of makes me different. Like, I don't need to do it. I like to do it. I was watching one of Nova Dasher's videos the other day, and he kind of hit it on the nose. He was like, I'm not part of the 1% who does this because they want to or whatever. And I kind of am, you know what I mean? Because I do it because it's fun. I mean, if I stayed an extra hour or two at work, I'd blow away what I'm making in 4 hours on DoorDash. But I just love the freedom of doing it.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Is it partially the making content part too and whatnot?
Yeah, since I've started doing that, I mean, I'm 5 months I've only been doing it, but I am having so much fun with it, and I like interacting with the people. I like the fact that other dashers in my area that are struggling, when I talk to them a little bit, they check out my channel. I've got one fan, his name's Big Mike, and he's a veteran. He can't do anything else but dash, but he's always saying he's only making $15 an hour. Well, he's been watching my channel. And he's doing a little bit better, but he's on there, and I'm helping him, and I help other people, and that part's great. You know, when someone comments like, "Hey, thanks," you know, I don't know, it just makes it fun. Plus, I don't know, I'm a screwball, so this is just fun for me.
Hey, man, if you're helping people out in your market, you're not, you know, you're a fun screwball at least, but at least you're helping them out. You know, some people really, you know, that just those little bits of help, whatever it is, whether it be just even the kick in the butt to keep going or whatever it is, you know.
Yeah, I'd even argue to say most dashers are a little screwball-y in one way or another.
Oh yeah. And that's the other thing. Don't take my channel too seriously, because like this, you guys are right. This isn't my full-time hustle, but I do put a lot of the tips and tricks where people can use those to make better money than what they're doing currently. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And for we're gonna run through a little news here, you guys, like we always do. But then we're gonna get into a little bit more with Joe. And one of the things you guys are gonna want to stick around for is Joe is a top dasher.
Bum, bum, bum.
Stay tuned.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's correct something. I have top dasher status, but I am not a top dasher.
Well, okay, but you have the status. So I just want to shout out to the chat real quick. What up, Thomas? What's up, Holly? What's up? I don't know. There's 1920 people in here, but it looks like what's up, Marissa? What's up, Pull My Gig? What's up, Eric? Hey, what's up, Jerry? And what's up? Steve, you put up Joe's link is in the show notes right now, Thomas. So oh, that's right. Jerry has the status too. I forgot. So okay, this will be interesting. Thanks, John. Okay, so yeah, you guys, like, subscribe, please, to all our channels. And if you go into the show notes at the very top, there's all of our channels. So make sure you're subscribed to all our channels. So
thank you now and ahead of time.
Smack a like, get it up there in the movement. First thing I wanted to shout out to was Hannibal had made a post. I was hoping to talk to him a little bit about this today, but Hannibal made a post about, he was really looking forward to Harry's interview with Dara last week. And I made a post in reply that said, Harry and I've known Harry for a long time, so we're cool. But I said, I don't think Hannibal knew he had done 2 other interviews with Dara. And I said, don't expect the world, because there are major limitations where the plug is pulled if Harry asks. I mean, I know that all of us are like, well, dude, I can list 10 questions you didn't ask. Why didn't you ask these? Because if he asks them, he never gets to talk to Dara again. And he's the only piece that has that connection to Dara. So I've said to people, I told Hannibal too, like, don't expect the world, because really not a lot comes in these conversations. The only thing is that he has his foot in the door with him, so that, who knows, maybe something slips, maybe down the road, you never know. I said, but just don't expect like him to be asking all the tough questions, because I remember I think it was the last time Harry did one. I asked him on Twitter, I said, are you going to go a little harder this time? He said I'm going to try. And it wasn't, I'm going to be honest. It was just kind of the same. It was during the pandemic. It was kind of the same. But this time I will say I watched it and he went a little harder. Not a ton, but he went a little harder. And I noticed that he got no pushback or resistance from Dara. Maybe a little bit of Dara being like, whoa, you're going to ask me that? Like realizing that was a little more hardball a question. So I just wanted to give some props out to that, because, you guys, when you watch the other 2, I've heard a lot of people like nag him or like say, dude, what a why didn't he ask this, and that? Like, okay, he wouldn't have got this interview if he did that last time. He would have been cut off completely. They have no problem making it so that even Harry, whoever, can't ever talk to them again. So
right, yeah, that's why I don't watch him, because I know the questions I want answers to aren't going to be
there, right? But
yeah.
he did get into a little. I'll tell you where he got into it a little bit if you didn't watch it. Is he did get into a little bit of the downtime pay. and like actually like had a couple of questions going at him about it, like how to handle it better. Like I was surprised. If you watch all 3 of the interviews in a row, you'd probably know the same thing I did. That's where he went at him a little bit, and I was proud of him. So I'm just putting that out there. And I also wanted to thank him and Pedro and everybody for putting on the 2020 gig worker conference. It was great. Everybody's been talking about it all week, so I think we're going to jump into the what's going on here, and maybe if we have a little time at the end and people are around, we'll hit a little 2022 gig conference. But I wanted to, so I'm going to throw this out, especially because John's here. John's like the numbers guy when he comes around too. So Uber 2022 quarter 2 reports are out. So 8.1 billion in revenue, almost double quarter 1. Still 2.6 billion in net loss.
That doesn't even make sense.
You double the revenue, increase the loss.
Was it because of the buying of Corner Shop? Was that in there?
I would assume so.
Right.
Well, but the buying of Corner Shop was done 1.5 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, was it?
So a Corner Shop's been in the mix, or been owned by Uber for a little while. It's been Uber, or it's been Corner Shop by Uber.
By Uber, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think it was that.
Yeah, I don't think it's that either. In fact, they were there. So so that came from which one was that from? That one came from Bloomberg. This one, the next one, came from The Verge in San Francisco, saying that Uber has a positive cash flow of $382 million free cash flow.
I'm actually looking at their quarter 2 earnings report right now, and it actually says that they were expected to have 7.37 billion, but they reported 8.07 billion.
8.0. Well, yeah, 8.1 is what I have. So yeah.
So the other thing is interesting is that it was just, I don't know if it was last quarter or maybe 2 quarters ago, they had reported a profit, and so it's not sure about this direction here.
There's 1 quarter since their inception that they've reported a profit, but that quarter can be torn apart because they sold off so many things during that quarter that.
Are you talking about quarter 4 2021?
I think it may have been quarter 4 2021. I think that was about
because they was up 320%.
Right, but that was when they sold off everything to Yandex and Autonomous and all this stuff. So I don't know. I found it, and then we're talking in the billions here. I mean, that's a lot of money, right? And all of a sudden, when you're talking in the billions, 382 million doesn't sound like a lot. But what do you mean you have positive cash flow? You've never, I mean, I know that there were people who were paid out in the beginning. I know that, there are people who still get their payments through whatever means were set up, but nobody's made any money yet. I mean, so what are you talking about? The company hasn't even made money. What do you mean you have free $382 million of free cash flow?
Well, maybe they were positive cash was flowing in, but it was also flowing out at the same time.
They took a $2.6 billion net loss.
All I say is that's why people go to college for accounting.
I was hoping you'd shine some light on it, John. Like you'd say, maybe that.
I was trying to look through the article, trying to look for where their money's coming from, or where it kind of mentioned where the losses are coming from. But it basically says the biggest thing I found is that I guess some of their investments they lost money on, and even if you took away that, it's still almost $1 billion that they lost. So they lost money a lot of different ways.
Yeah, I mean that's the same old story, but it's just.
Well, I think that a lot of problem with this is when we're looking at this, what are you picturing in your mind when you say Uber?
Rideshare. I think that's the first thing that comes to mind. Yeah.
First thing comes right. Second thing, Uber Eats.
Right.
We forget that they have Uber Freight. They have all this other stuff that they got going on too. So
right. Yeah,
that's
not really doing anything either, though.
It actually says it's up.
Right, I know. That's only, why it's up is because of the companies that got on board with Uber. Like that's what raises their freight value, because everybody knows. I mean, they themselves out in California, when they had to declare they are not a technology company. So why are you in the technology field? Come on. You are a virtual middleman, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, they just connect riders with drivers.
Flying
Same
cars
thing,
by
yeah.
2020. Come on, dude.
I think that's where I think they would be losing money, is all these crazy ideas that aren't probably going to come to fruition anytime soon.
It looks like most of their loss. I'm looking at their quarterly report right now from the stock investor site, and it looks like most of it is actually coming from technology. Is what I believe here.
Right.
So that maybe they're investing more in technology, driverless cars. I don't know what they're investing in right now.
Gary, even their facial recognition software failed so bad that they used Microsoft's in the UK, and Microsoft had a 70% accuracy rate. So 30% of the time it was wrong. It couldn't get women, people of color, different, like it was like everything was wrong on this thing, and it was screwing it up. So it's like, I mean, their technology sucked so bad. They're like, hey, Microsoft, can we use yours that isn't that good? Barely works. Like,
so all that money they're spending on the technology, just not seeing a lot of return on it. Or maybe the technology, if they were spending that, would be ridiculously bad. I don't know. I
don't see any of it going out to us dashers. I mean, I got a beef with Uber Eats in my market because I'm watching all the other gig tubers do good on it. My acceptance rating is 2% on Uber Eats, because all I'm seeing is like $3 and some change for 12-mile drive. So, I mean, it's not in my particular market good. If I go north, sure.
Yeah. It seems like we always talk about market to market, but we also forget to mention that in market to market, it seems like one gets very dominant in every city. Like, so when we are talking market to market, it's pretty easy to go, hey, what's the one in your city? That's almost could be our question. And somebody'd be like, oh, hands down, it's Uber Eats, or it's DoorDash, or it's, nobody's going to say Grubhub, but
it's definitely DoorDash in my market. Grubhub is picking up, though. I've noticed that.
Yeah, Amazon.
That's the theory. That's the theory that it would. So it'd be interesting to see how that continues.
Yeah. So this is one thing I hate about these reports. It says other income or other loss. No, don't put other. Other should never be in any earnings report. Like, tell me what it is.
There's a small fire.
I'm going to even make it worse, Gary. I got to hit on this while you're on this, because on an Uber rideshare breakdown, John, or I'm sure you guys, even if you've only taken them, not driven an Uber, but if you've taken an Uber, maybe I think you see it from the customer, maybe not the full breakdown, but as a driver, like Tony's in here, driven dad and stuff, I know he knows. We see like 8 line items, but they can't put the line items on on their breakdown of billions of dollars, but they can put 42 cents on 7 lines and say what it's going to. I mean, dude, we're talking change gets a line item, but autonomous was left off the books.
That's the other.
That's the other.
Right. I mean, my guess is other means they don't want to talk about what that money is.
No, the others where they hide things that they don't want people to know about.
No, others where they hide the stuff.
It's like whenever I do my taxes, we have a miscellaneous line.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to tell you what it is unless you audit me. And then we'll find something to fit.
Right. Then we'll go figure out some stuff and get some receipts and stuff.
Hey, John.
Closet full of receipts of that.
I have to, you guys, I'm going to touch on this Lyft thing real quick, but it is actually more of a story than it seemed like. So I don't know if you guys heard about the Lyft layoff. So the gig economy, everybody wants to be in the gig economy. And now people are like, well, maybe I want the W-2 instead. Well, here's an example of how bad companies, and we're going to use a gig economy company example here with Lyft, treated 60 employees. Okay, so in June in New York City, they were supposed to open up the in-house rental service for Lyft, and they have the team out there. They were fighting some different insurance issues. They got cleared up by July. Even after the July 1st date passed, Lyft still hadn't opened up the rental business in New York, and the team was left just kind of scratching their head. They told the team that in 3 weeks they would be opening it in Austin, Texas. They moved them down there, and 2 weeks after that, they laid off all 60 employees. Now
keep in mind this was their in-house rental service. It wasn't actual.
Right, but also keep in mind these are the employees. These are people who went for an interview, got a W-2 job. Probably. And here's the thing: like, when did they get it? End of May. Look how quick they're already gone. It's August. They're already gone.
Wait, did I get that correct? That they moved them from New York to Texas? On top of that,
Yeah.
Yes.
They told them Austin would be the new location, and then they just decided to pull the whole program. But then it even gets crazier. They did this through an email.
What?
Nobody was even given I mean, again, we don't expect it as drivers or gig workers, but they didn't even give them, like, I would expect an email. Perfect. I get it. That's how you treat us. But these employees are treated the same way as gig workers. They just get an email saying, like, move to Texas. Okay. We're not going to open this. Go find another job. Okay.
Now did you see the memo that was sent out though?
Yeah.
Like the one that stands out to me is we work hard to place as many team members as possible in other roles across the business. However, there won't be a role for everyone in this new structure.
Yes.
Wow.
we work hard, but we didn't work hard
If you
enough.
are getting this, you are one of those people.
You got panned.
But they're also shutting down other things. So, one of the spokespeople said that they're shutting down the San Francisco Vehicle Service Center, and the Detroit hub will be closed here forever. No, they're gone too.
So, how long do you think it is before somebody buys Lyft?
I don't know, but I mean, I literally feel like they're on a wooden boat at sea. It's on fire. They don't realize that they have metal buckets, but they don't realize that would put out the fire. So instead, they're throwing everything in the water.
Yeah, they're opening the jars of termites.
It's just, they just cannot. I mean, they just can't let well enough alone. And I just would think that, why isn't there talk about like a severance package in something like this? You screwed these people over straight up. I guess these people's expectations should have been lower going to work for a company like Lyft.
So one other thing I read in that article too. So that was the executives. It looks like for the hourly employees they worked at, they found it when they came into work and were just told to go home. That's how they found out. They didn't get them an email. They just got told, you used to work here. You don't anymore.
That's so shitty.
Yeah.
Well, here's what's interesting to me is Just Eat's, Grubhub, like they pulled their stock from the U.S. stock market whenever it hit $15. Once it hit that, they said, "Hey, we're going to be pulling it from the market." Lyft is only at $16.71, and I don't know if that's what it is right now. That's what the article says.
Right.
And so,
well, I mean, Lyft is getting down
$1.
there in share value too, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Right now, I just looked them up. As of closing today, it was $17.39. So
it came up a little.
They're trending up and down, though. So how far do you think they will let it sink before they start trying to sell it off?
Well, I mean, they sold off Detroit and San Francisco, and they went up from 1671 to, what'd you say,
17.39.
Okay, so they increased their value by 60 cents a share by selling off everything and ending 60 careers and not making money. I don't know, guys. And they also trade on the NASDAQ, which makes it a little more volume controlled, so that doesn't take the hits it doesn't have the stability all the time that the Dow does. So I don't know. I am expecting Lyft to do something here, like Gary was saying. Team up with somebody, do something, because it's Hail Mary time.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would assume that they would have to team up, sell off, or they're going to have to just like massively try to expand into other areas. Because one thing we got to keep in mind, the only reason why Uber is even remotely doing any business is because they have so much stuff. They got, Uber Eats, they got trucking, they got shopping, stores, all this other type of stuff that they do. And so Lyft only has rideshare. That's it. That's all they have. In a few markets, they partnered up with whatever that other the generic food delivery place is. But other than that, they don't do anything except for rideshare.
Yeah. And
they're
they're not
gonna
anywhere
do
but
that.
in the United States too. So they're really.
Oh, did they pull out of Canada?
Yeah.
Because it was U.S. and Canada the last time I
No,
looked.
they're not even. They're nowhere, dude.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But
They're
that's what I'm
way
gonna say. Yeah, Uber's global. Uber is in
All of
US,
them are going
all over,
global. It's like
Yeah.
Lyft is just trying to fail. I don't know
Well,
what to tell
you know who Lyft is reminding me of is
Enron.
No.
Grubhub.
No, well, I was thinking Grubhub kind of
Just gonna say
similar, but
Grubhub.
not Grubhub. Damn it, let me go look at my phone. I got them on my phone. It's another one. They started out really good, and then they started going downhill too. Oh, Bite Squad.
Oh yeah.
I just think they kind of remind me of Grubhub because I feel like Grubhub. I mean, recently they did shop and delivers, but I feel like they're just not evolving like the others, like DoorDash and Uber Eats. Like they're
I
constantly.
don't even feel like they
getting
want
big.
to.
Right, but I feel like the Lyft is kind of like the same concept. Like they're not evolving into anything besides rideshare. I think that's the only way at this point with a lot of these gig apps that they're going to keep growing and being more profitable.
Yeah, but Grubhub has a major backer. Like Just Eats is like the main person over in Europe.
Yeah.
They're like Uber here.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like Uber over in Europe isn't doing very well, but they're not going to stop it.
No, and that's a whole nother story. But guys, we got to talk about my favorite app. I'm going to hypnotize you here, just like they're trying to do. Because here's what's going on with the Instacart IPO, guys.
When I saw Steve tonight, I'm like, Steve, are you wearing like an Instacart badge?
He just got done working.
So check this out, though. So Instacart was going to IPO last year. In March of 2021, they valued at $39 billion. In May of 2022, $24 billion. Now, at the end of June, the Capital Group that does some of the best research when it comes to coming onto the market for Bloomberg said that Instacart is worth $14.7 billion at most. At most. So they are.
So they
so
went
what they said last year, 40 billion,
39 to 14.
That's one heck of a jump.
Well, 30. They were at 39, and then
okay.
they said this year we're only worth 24. And then Bloomberg came in a month later and said you're only worth 14.
Oh, that's a $10 billion.
Well, you know why they're trying so hard to sell last year? They're like, let's get off this ship while it's hot.
Well, now that's what I'm saying. Now, why I put IPO now? Why? Wait till something happens. I mean, I don't see the upside anymore. They're gonna, but it doesn't seem like.
Well, this may be the upside at this pace. Maybe,
and I mean,
down the road, it'll be like it'll be 8 now.
And as much as I hate Instacart, I had to do a little extra digging. And Instacart Canada lost its contract with its biggest Canadian grocer, which is either called Loblaws or Loblaws. I don't know which way to say it. We need Dash with Ash in here so I could ask her because I don't know how you say this. But it's and they lost it to DoorDash. They lost the contract they had for 5 years to DoorDash, who now just signed a 5-year with them.
Wow.
So, I mean, they're just taking it from all. I don't understand. Instacart's going to become a Lyft real quick here. They should team up with Lyft as the failures.
Driven there, and Elon should trade.
They should do a partnership and just see how quick they can get to zero. But speaking of Instacart, before we get into I got one more thing too, but then before we get into like some things that Joe's about, but Kim, what's Instacart doing with this stuff?
So Instacart announced this week that they're getting into the catering business with a lot of their supermarkets. And they're trying to make this like their new biggest and best thing ever. And when I was reading that article, I thought it was weird. They were comparing it to like food delivery type of things with like Outback Steakhouse, since they started doing catering, and all these other companies are doing catering, but they're talking about catering from supermarkets. I don't know. I just feel like they're kind of late to the game on catering, because even with Shipt, I go into ShopRite and pick up some of the orders, and it's catering orders that get like delivered to people's houses. So I feel like companies are already doing this, and now they're jumping onto the bandwagon. They were saying that it's more profitable if you do catering orders because the margins are better with catering orders, which is why they're getting into the business. I just don't think of it as like, woohoo, this is what's gonna save Instacart. I don't know. That's kind of the way I was looking at it.
What is a catering order for grocery?
It's like, you know, you can
Is
go
it
to
just
like
a large
ShopRite
order?
and like you get like party trays of like subs,
Yeah,
or
for the
you know, like
deli.
fried
Maybe you have to
chicken,
set it
or-
up
The pinwheels.
too.
Yeah, I don't.
You know how like UDM does the deliver that, and he actually has to go set
Yeah.
up and stuff. Maybe you have to do that too. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, that's really all that you can do these days is chase another company's tail. I mean, because pretty much most things have been already put out there in the gig economy. So it's like, yeah, well, if we're going to do catering, there's 4 other companies already doing it. So,
Well, I do have a question since we brought up groceries and all that. Have you ever heard of We?
We
W was it WEEE?
My kids do that behind the garage all the time.
No, I've never heard of
It's supposed to
We.
be another grocery shopping app, and it's supposed to be in a lot of markets, like all the major markets. So I got it brought up on my other computer here. Yeah, I mean they got almost all the major markets on there. I was just wondering if anybody ever heard of it.
Mhm.
All right.
No.
Well, before we move into Joe's stuff, let me quickly point out something here that so on UberLiftDrivers.com, you guys, I have a bunch of articles up from since I got back, whatever it was, Monday night. I've put up about there is a lot of AB5 type stuff going on in all kinds of states, like more than I even realized. Like it's crazy. But look out, California, look out, ProAct, and make room for the Workers' Flexibility and Choice Act. They are looking to be the anti-Pro Act that goes national, and in the same swoop kills AB5, Seattle's, Massachusetts, everything that tried to go the other way. It's an agreement that you come upon with them. I was looking into it. There's an article link on Uber Lyft drivers that I posted today. It's from The Hill. The article is called let's see.
Gig worker independent is on the line.
Gig workers group slams bill. It says it would misclassify workers. So it's obviously they're talking about, and actually I know the person they're talking about here that runs this group. But she was a big proponent of no Prop 22 and yes AB5 and killing people's stuff. But it was the Worker Power Coalition is what the new name for the WCC and all the things that were around when AB5 was trying to pass. They've all kind of combined to the Worker Power Coalition, and now they're going against the Worker Flexibility and Choice Act. And they want the PRO Act back on the table, but Biden and President Biden does too, but nobody's having it, not even the Democrats at this point. So it looks like the PRO Act won't go, but if this goes, this is good stuff, because I was reading it and it's kind of just what we've been looking for, and it's just a choice to opt to be independent, which should be your right. Oh, and it would, by the way, it would in one fell swoop destroy any ABC test in any state. There would be no more ABC test. It would be a true independent contractor test again, and you would just be able to be one like you should be able to. So I just want to say that's a huge thing. It's a huge positive. They're really pushing for this thing in November because they know a lot of seats are flipping. And you guys all know that the PRO Act passed in the House this year. And it was 2 votes from passing in the Senate, which would have ended all right to work states and everything. And not a lot of people follow that stuff, but they're going to have more votes in the House. They're going to have more votes in the Senate, and they're going to kick this thing through almost first thing because of all the screwing around that's been done. Or at least they're going to give it a good try. And I'm this is where, like, I'm not being political. I just, as an independent voter, I have to side up with the issues I agree with. So sometimes people might say that makes you this. No, it doesn't. This is what I need in my life for my life to be able to play out and have multiple streams of income. So this is not a political movement. With that, yeah, we will. I would just love to see it. I want to see AB5 killed and all my friends who had their businesses destroyed, put back together or given the chance. And I want Prop 22 nullified, which is the first thing they're fighting for. So with that, Joe, welcome. And
hey, thanks.
And you're in Detroit. What's your experience in the gig economy? We talked a little. Dashing in Detroit, what's that like? I love Detroit. Have since it was sketchy. And I know it's still a little sketchy, but it's not as sketchy. And,
all parts of it are sketchier.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely love it. Like, I started last August. I got into it, started making some extra money just to see what it was about. And then, like I said, boom, it became a game to me. My market specific, I'm still a baby. On DoorDash, I got like 1,991 deliveries and, like 50 on Uber Eats and under 50 on Grubhub because I just got signed up for that. I do a little bit of Shipt. I like that. I don't like that it takes up to 2 weeks sometimes for tips to roll in. It's a pleasant surprise when it happens, but you spend that 2 weeks all disappointed, like, damn, cursing that customer. He didn't tip for nothing, But really what I've learned, like, around my zone. So when I started, obviously I was a big clown, thought I had to, I'm working for DoorDash. I have to accept everything. So I started with Top Dasher status, right? And because I was in the Top Dasher status at that early point, I was getting invitations to these other programs, like the Large Bag or DoorDash Drive program, I think it is. I believe I was lucky enough to get in on that, so I get the catering bag orders. Now there's a waiting list for that. I lost Top Dasher status. I still had the catering bag orders. I was doing great. But then we got so many other dashers flooding into our market. I can only dash when I get out of my regular W-2. And that's during the dinner hours. But there were so many dashers, it would start turning gray and not let me in, or it would only let me in for a half hour. And I'm like, this ain't working for me. So then I started, I'm going to get Top Dasher. Well, guess what? That sucks. That's a shitty process. So one of my main things I'm doing right now is I've learned my zone really good, and I'm trying to get making Top Dasher down to as painless as possible. Now I can go from 17% to 71% in 3 days. I've got a system worked out for that. And just this last month, the gig conference, it took away my weekend on that, so I had to do it during the week. Took me a little longer. But I also noticed the areas of my zone to do this in, right? Everybody, after you've dashed a while, you know your zones. I'm able to stay in my area, accepting most orders. And when I get an order that's going to suck me out to what I call the no-tip strip, areas like that, I just pause my dash and I drive back to the good area. And at least this way, the orders I'm accepting, they all have tips on them. Like this month, there was maybe 10 orders I accepted that ended up not having tips on them in order for me to get to my 71%. That being said, I've got it down now where that's a painful 3 days. My son, he loves it when I put out the videos of trying to make Top Dasher because he just loves watching me rage and whatnot. It's entertaining for him, at least. But what it allows me to do, I can go out now and I can cherry pick and I can dash whenever I want, right?
Yeah.
And yes, I get priority to all orders. That's including the no-tip orders. But at this stage of the game, I don't really care what happened to my acceptance rating. I only need it there that last 3 days of the month to get this status. But now I get priority to all the orders. That includes the big orders as well. So I do my fair share of declining. I mean, I was at 71% Sunday night, midnight. I'm at 26% now. And I've only went out dashing twice. But yesterday's video I did, I mean, I was $30 an hour for 4 hours straight. And then the last hour, I still made $18 or something like that. But it was kind of a blow off hour on my way home because the order was taking me home. Okay, so what I noticed today, something weird. I have almost a gut feel that Top Dasher program is going to go away. Because when you make Top Dasher, you get this warm, fuzzy email, saying, hey, you made Top Dasher. And here's your benefits. And there was only two, right? Obviously, the main one, you can dash anytime, anywhere, dash now, whether it's busy or not. The second one is the priority to orders, right? They say when times are slower, you're going to get priority to orders. That was true. And I have noticed that the month that I wasn't Top Dasher, I had 15, 20-minute waits in between orders. As a Top Dasher, I'm getting orders constantly. There's a lot of no-tip orders, but as soon as I decline one of those, I have another order with a tip on it. I'm constantly busy because of that. But what I noticed today, when you look up on the DoorDash website and you look up benefits of Top Dasher, it no longer lists that priority status. It only says you have the ability to dash now. And I just noticed that today.
So I have a question for you. So with being a Top Dasher, have you lowered the type of orders that you're taking, or is it just during the end of the month?
It's just like the last 3 days of the month. I don't want to take anything really $2 a mile or less, unless it's taking me to a beneficial spot in my area where I know I'm going to possibly pick up another banger. But I try to keep it to $1.50, $2 a mile. Beginning of the month, I'm out there kind of really just cherry picking the hell out of things. I mean, yesterday I picked up an Uber Eats order for $24, and it was going at 17 miles, I think. It was shitty. DoorDash came through with an $18 order going 10 miles. I took that, dropped the Uber Eats order, and that one ended up paying out over $30. So I see a lot of catering bag orders. And I forgot to get to this point. I wouldn't do Top Dasher if I was not in the DoorDash Drive program, because I have access to the larger catering bag orders. It's, I think, $60 or more. I see those a lot more often being a Top Dasher because I get the priority offer of them. And that's really what makes it worth it for me. If I wasn't in that catering bag program, I don't really think Top Dasher would matter, other than just being able to jump in a zone and dash when I need to.
Now, I will say that some zones you have to be a Top Dasher.
Yes.
It's just is what it is. I know people that dash in a lot of zones, especially those like New York. You're just not going to get a schedule,
right?
And there's never going to be any red lighting up or anything, especially since they show full payout. So he does pretty much the same thing. Last 3-4 days of the month, he'll get his acceptance rate up to 71%. And if it takes him 2 days, then he just doesn't do anything for the next 2 days. Uses as vacation. He'll do some Uber Eats or something.
Yeah, I just go on Uber and Grubhub at that point.
Yeah, and so I would never be a Top Dasher because my market just doesn't call for it. Now, and I'm not. I don't know. I can't take a $3 order. I just can't.
Right.
Like I don't know. I'll be out testing my app sometime, and all I need to do is take one run to see if something works, and it'll pop up $3. I'm like, nope.
Hey, Becky.
So what is your minimum dollar order that you would take then?
For me?
Yeah.
I've taken a $2.25 order going 0.7 miles.
Whoa.
That is yep, I'm a clown. But it was during that last.
It's over $2 a mile.
And
And I
like,
think-
my heart just went.
I guess if you look at some of my earliest trying to make Top Dasher videos, holy crap! I took one order at a Little Caesars. It was a stack order for $6, I think the payout was, and I waited in that line for 58 minutes. And when I got to the window and got my food, I mean, I lost my shit in this video. I'm sorry. There was definitely a lot of cuss words in that video. And then I was ready to pull away, and the worker actually asked me, "How long did you wait in that line?" And I freaked. I told her, I said, they need to find Jesus. They need to figure out something better to do because making pizzas is not their thing. And not to mention, there was only 4 cars in front of me when I got into that line.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know. I can't do Top Dasher.
I can't.
And
Yes.
like I said, I never tell anybody what they should or should not do. It's your market, your money. You do what you think you got to do. I just
Right. Now, I will say,
don't know.
You
I
won't
would
find
probably
me doing
go.
orders like that anymore.
I would probably go like cliff diving without a parachute before I did Top Dasher.
Kind of.
You have to cliff dive without a parachute, or else you're gonna break your neck. You're gonna
You're gonna drown in the parachute
the
when you hit
water.
the water.
Yeah, you're dead,
Okay, well,
man.
whatever you do, I don't know. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
though.
But
See,
that's
that's
my goal.
That's like one heck of a 4 days at the end of the month. And I said this before with, I don't knock anybody being Top Dasher. I commend you because, I'll never say never, but it's a very slim chance I will ever be Top Dasher because my area doesn't warrant it. So,
Right.
but, oh man, that's a tough
Okay,
one.
so that's what I need to know. What does warrant it? What happens if you're not Top Dasher?
You can't go online and dash.
Yeah,
whenever
I
you
know,
want.
but I mean,
Getting
like, how
scheduled
how
on
bad
my
is it for you to not be able to do it? I mean,
Like, can you schedule out? Is what he's asking.
yeah, I mean, like,
For
is
me,
it that bad? No,
No,
I mean,
for
for him,
I'm
he's
very-
a Top Dasher.
As I say, I'm very fortunate that almost any time, except for like early mornings, I'm
You can
pink,
dash.
and I can
Yeah.
just go on and dash kind of whenever I
Yeah, that's how
want.
mine is as well.
So I really can't complain. So
That's how
like
mine is
DoorDash
too.
is my
Really
number
good
one
at that.
app in my area. So I feel for a lot of these people who are in a situation that you have to be a Top Dasher. I'm just very fortunate that I don't. So that's why I don't foresee it being Top
Yeah.
Dasher anytime soon. But I just think of I guess when I think of Top Dasher and trying to do that the last 4 days of the month, I know me personally, a lot
Oh,
of
man.
bills are due at the last week of the month, and I'm thinking, how am I going to do that if I'm trying to be Top Dasher?
Well, I think the biggest thing, is like about for the people with that Top Dasher, I would figure out the people that need to have a certain specific amount of time. They have limited amount of time where they can dash, and they can't get a schedule in that amount of time because, for example, in this case, he's going after work, so
And
say
that's
it's
dinner rush.
Yeah, exactly.
and
say 5 to 10 p.m. maybe. 4 or
Anything
5
after
hours.
9:30, you're going to get stuck in fast food drive-through lines. So I don't want to do that. That's always open. But during the hours where the good bangers are open, that's always scheduled full. Now, one of my goals is I'm trying to figure out a way to do it that's less painful. I mean, I'm going to keep trying different areas, different zones, different tricks, and see if there is a way to make it somewhat worth it, where you don't have to take the clown orders. You don't have to be that clown for 2-3 days. If I can find that and break that code, that's awesome. If I can't, well, I hope you all enjoy the content. I'll put on the note.
I can tell you right now, the only way me and Kim are getting Top Dasher is DoorDash gives it to us for doing what we already do.
It's funny though.
We've
because-
changed the way Top Dasher works. It's just you can just have it if you want.
No,
I
like
Okay.
every now and then I'll get it. Like they'll give me Top Dasher every now and then for 2 weeks.
No, I got a question for you though, too. I was gonna say that new program they recently rolled out. I've seen it's like the Priority Dasher program, whereas I think Top Dasher requires a 70% acceptance rate. This new program, I think it's a 50% acceptance rate, and you get priority on higher paying orders. Do they have that in your market?
I don't know because I'm never above a 10%.
Lucky if I'm 8.
I mean, would you do 50%?
Right now I'm at 1%.
It's funny about that with the shop and delivers. When that came to my area, they said you have to keep a 50% acceptance rating to get priority to shop and deliver orders. And I mean, I'm between 10 and 17% the first 25 days of the month. And I'm always getting $33 banging shop and deliver orders. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
I treat this like anything else. If DoorDash wants to keep sending me lowball offers, guess what? I got Uber Eats, I got Spark, I got Grubhub, I got so many other apps I can run. Like I'm not gonna do it.
The other thing about shop and deliver orders, I think there's only a select few of people who will do them, just because a lot of people don't like shopping in general.
Yeah.
So as much as
man, I
DoorDash
can bang
would
them out.
tell you,
No,
exactly.
I'm one of
a fan
those.
of them. Yeah, but I mean, DoorDash, they're telling you they're not going to give them, but they're going to ride to the people and they're going to give them to you.
Right. And to be honest with you, a lot of times dashing is like date night for me and my wife. So she'll go with me, and that just doubles the rate we get our shop and delivers done.
I don't know. Kim keeps trying to talk me into doing shop and delivers. I just won't do it.
I'm telling you, Gary, just
You
do
gotta
one.
try it, man.
She's like
Spark.
her and Lisa are like my pushers because they're like, hey, go do some Spark. Hey, go do some Spark. Hey, do some shop and deliver.
Pushers.
It is more work, I'll say
It
that.
sounds so bad when you put it that way, Gary.
Just one time, man.
Just one time. Just get Top Dasher once. You'll love it.
Oh no, I would never. Sorry, I would never tell you to do that, Gary.
Well, I got to ask. So, how bad are the 2 to 3 days or whatever when you got to go from 17 to 71? Like, how many hours are you putting in? What are you ending up with per hour? Let's just break it down like that, because it sounds like I even saw a comment in here from Jerry above that was like he saw your video and couldn't believe that you had it here. I think it was here. That was a funny video. I gave you props for your patience sitting there. I never would have.
He's talking about the
I
little.
would unassign that order. I would unassign that order.
Yeah, 58 minutes is a little overkill.
As stressful as that was, right? I got to be honest. I had the best time ever because my son wanted to go with me that day, right? And he was cracking up next to me the whole day, the whole time. Probably a bad example as a parent in some parts. But man, we bonded that day. And when we finally got out of that order, the high five we did at the end, oh man, it was worth it.
Now, okay, I know it's probably a very stressful 3 days. I can't imagine. I would say it's probably like setting yourself on fire, not being able to put it out.
Kind of, but again, that's what makes me different from the other dashers is I don't need to do it. I just actually love playing the game. You know what I mean?
So during that 3 day period, do you just like not even look at the money you're making? Because like, I mean, like, because like I look at.
I still try to maximize it. You know,
yeah.
And there's dumb little tricks you can do, like your completion rating has to be 95%. So mine's at 100. And if I'm getting close to that end with the no tips, I accept a no tip, and then I go ahead and unassign it.
Yeah, smart,
so it just, as long as I keep the completion at 95 or higher, I'm good.
That's a pro tip right there for sure.
Yeah, that is definitely a pro tip.
I think it's pretty odd I think it's pretty odd you just have to pull it up at the end of the month.
Yeah, I'm not bitching, but that's why I think it's going away slowly. Like I said, if you look at what the Top Dasher benefits are, they took away that second one. At least when I look up on their website, it now only shows that you get to dash now. You don't get, it doesn't say anything about priority to orders or you'll be busier during times of slowness.
Did you see Pedro's message?
He said, you two need to talk.
he said, we need to talk, Joe.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, man. I was trying to keep it such a big secret at the conference. I was just like, man, Pedro's going to throw me out the damn conference. He's going to make me go like work for the kids that were selling lemonade.
Like
or maybe entertain me. He can dress me up and have me jump.
The zombie bite. Trying to hide your Top Dasher status.
I bet the lemonade stand made more than a Top Dasher.
Oh.
I'm just saying. The lemonade stand crushed it. I mean, David alone.
Not
went
for
over and
long,
bought, like,
Steve.
half
Not
of
for
it.
long. I'm going to find a way to make it possible for people, and then they're going to end the program.
Hey, you can't hate on
I
that
will
lemonade
say,
stand, though.
in my
No,
area,
not at
last-
all. I was
Not
giving
at
it
all. That was
props.
good.
That's a hustle move right there.
That was right. That was props. Yeah.
In my area last month, it was actually nice. They actually rolled out. It was only for last month, not even this month that we're in. But they did a program for DoorDash. You didn't have to have any acceptance rate, but you had to have your cancellation rate had to be at like 95% or greater, customer service score, and I think at least 50 DoorDash deliveries a month, and you got basically top dasher status for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and you can schedule. You could just go on anytime you wanted. That was actually nice.
Really, DoorDash would probably benefit so much more if they would just open up their app like Uber to where you can go online at any time. Like it would open up. It would open up their orders sitting. It would decrease that time by a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's
Just get rid of the whole schedule altogether is what I'm saying. Just get rid of it. No top dasher needed or anything. Anybody can go online at any time. Orders, I bet you they would decrease their wait time by at least 50%.
It's the same thing as what we say about transparency. Just show it. And also that gets all the federal regulation off your back too, or a lot of it, because you can now prove that you're an independent contractor. You can fulfill, well, not the ABC test, but you can fulfill the IRS test. And if that's what they're going to go back to, great. So I don't understand why they keep pushing for these weird, well, we still need to hide some stuff. Why? Everybody's going to take it. We already know that. Everything's going to get taken.
Yeah, I mean, if you got people taking it now, people are going to take it once you show it anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Grubhub. Grubhub doesn't hide anything. I've never walked in and seen bags and bags and bags of Grubhub sitting anywhere. Have you guys?
They don't have the volume though either.
I don't know. Lately, last week I saw a $2 Grubhub offer, and I'm like, "Who's taking a $2 Grubhub offer?"
I've never seen one that low.
I've never seen one that low.
Was that before Amazon?
No, it was last week.
So now you get Amazon and $2 orders.
Maybe they cheapen themselves. I don't know.
Oh my god. Yeah, I never really understood Top Dasher, because it even sounds like Joe, like if you had your way, yeah, you want to be Top Dasher and you need to be in your area, get that. But it sounds like you hover around like 17%. Like all the Top Dashers, the true Top Dashers I know are like 0 to 5.
Yeah, no, bro. Like I said, I have top dasher status. I am not a top dasher. Like yesterday's video, I even said that in there. I put my acceptance ratings in there and where I was at, and I mean it's not a great idea, but again, I guess I'm different. I this isn't my full-time gig, and I just enjoy playing the game, so it's different. And I even say in a lot of my videos, don't do this. Don't do what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I actually have another.
Do as I say, not as I
do.
But no, so I got to know. So like when you're doing DoorDash though, I mean, you're aware that when you're going for that Top Dasher status that you're not making what you do when you're at 17%, right? You're not. Yeah. It's not like you're going, wow, when I'm doing this, I'm finding a lot of hidden tips. You're not.
Well, like
you're actually getting the crap orders.
Right. And like I average like $27 to $33 an hour on average when I'm doing my regular thing. Yeah. When I'm going for Top Dasher, I've had some $16 an hour hours. But this last time around, I was able to keep it right around $20 to $22. So still, that's getting better. I'm just trying to find ways and areas to go and strategies to actually make it better. But it's a huge metro out here. I'm in one little zone, like the Livonia zone, and there's so many huge zones around here.
Yeah. Yeah. You're Livonia, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. My cousins, I have family all over there, like Farmington, Clinton Township, and all over the area.
Any of them dash in this zone, just tell them to stay west of Merriman Road.
Yeah, I don't know any of my family that dashes.
Steve would tell all of his family, don't do it. Don't do it.
Right.
I'd be
Anything
like, you're in
right
Detroit,
about
do rideshare. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Let's make it interesting.
I'm actually thinking about it. Uber keeps
Yeah.
poking me.
Yeah. Just make sure that if you do, you get Gary's apps and set your parameters right, because you don't want to end up. It's not as easy as like DoorDash to where you can end up. People can change route midstream. Like it's
right.
mid-ride. All kinds of weird stuff can happen. And being in Detroit, knowing Detroit like I do, I wouldn't do rideshare in Detroit.
Oh yeah, no, I work right.
I'd go up to North Detroit or something. I'd go do it up there.
Yep.
Well, that might be an interesting experiment for Top Dasher. Maybe get Gary's apps and see if instead of taking, the lowest is 275, maybe you could bump that up to 325. And
reverse engineer Gary's apps and say, I don't want anything that's over $3.
Hey Gary, can you make the lowest Top Dashers only?
You don't have to reverse engineer. That's what the app does. You tell it that's what you don't.
You tell it I don't want anything more than $3. I just want less.
Yeah.
Well, the trick is when Gary, you got to make the app that says, "Give me 71% acceptance rate," and then it does all the rest of the math.
I played around with the AR thing, and there is actually there's an AR rating, because the Top Dashers wanted it, of course. But it never matches up, because if they forget to turn on DUH or DoorDash glitches or something like that, or DoorDash sometimes they'll glitch and you'll have to say a 5%, and then like I'll decline 20 orders, I'm up to 12%. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Wait, did you say sometimes DoorDash glitches? Sometimes.
Well, I'm trying to give him a little bit of credit here. I mean, sometimes, and I meant with the AR they glitch, but sometimes like I don't know, because like my DUH says that I have an AR of 3%? Yeah, I think it's 3%, but my the DoorDash is saying 1%, so it never quite matches up. So that's why I don't have anything to help with that.
Good job, Holly. You're getting near the zone of perfection. You got to be like 5 to 7%. That's the zone.
That's the money making zone. Hey, you know what the thing is that's just how many crap orders you get. It's not even like we say, oh, please be under 10%. It's not like we want you to. We would wish that every order would come out as a banger and we could all have 100% ARs. But it's just that's how many crap orders get sent.
Yes.
If we all had 100% ARs and we were all taking banger orders, that would be a utopia, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Right.
We'd be thousands and thousands of dollars richer in our pockets at that point.
We would only dash for about 4 hours a day. I'm sure it'd be life is beautiful.
Yeah.
See, we can dream. We can dream,
and
John.
say that's what dreams are made of, right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like Thomas is right in the perfection zone. I mean, no, most people would consider this an F-, right? I consider it an A+. So
no, that's not even F-. That's like failing the class. No recovery.
Depends if they're grading on a curve.
There's no curve that helps 7.
That's a huge curve. It's helping 7.
I mean, that's what you just ask for. Yeah, can I just get a withdrawal?
I need a withdrawal form.
Just don't give me a grade. It'd be better if I just didn't show that I ever took this class.
Hey, what's up, Roy? What's up, Donnie? Haven't seen you out in a while since Joe's streams. So this is kind of a straightforward question. I don't really fully agree with it, Jackie, but I see what you're saying. But I think all these apps come out and they just instantly want everybody on, and they want to oversaturate as quick as they can and pay as much as they can, and then they want to very quickly take away that pay. It's just the model.
Yep.
I don't think it was the unemployment that did it, because the rideshare from 2014, I mean, it was around in California before, but rideshare from 2014 to pre-pandemic it just took a beating. I mean, beating. As a rideshare driver in 2014, I could actually make a ton of money. Now it's you got to work it, and you got to try and get bonuses and play the games, and as Joe says, let's play DoorDash. And that brings up something too. Like with Prop 22, is everybody a top dasher in California? Because I would think they would be. I mean, there'd be no reason to not take orders. You're going to be supplemented $18 an hour.
58-minute Little Caesars actually would have paid off.
Yeah, well, you got $16. Yeah,
that would have been nice.
In San Francisco, it would have been $24 base pay.
Yeah, how would you I wouldn't even be in a hurry at that point.
No, that's what I was saying.
Like,
before.
There's no hustle at that point.
I mean, you could even they'd put the food up. You could just be like, I'm doing some texting. I'll take it in about 20 minutes. Like, you could be the backwards of all of us and be like, no, I'm in no hurry.
I'm gonna go get a beer next door. I'll be right back.
People that do that.
Well, that's what they're all doing out there now. That Prop 22 was created for rideshare drivers, and rideshare drivers don't see any of it. It just is. It's just helping the delivery and shoppers.
Well, yeah,
and it's way out of balance.
You can't really blame them, though. I mean, like I said, if you guarantee me $24 an hour,
yeah,
I'm setting my cruise control. I'm doing the speed limit,
especially because 85% of gig workers are part time. So I mean, if these part time people just found a loophole that gets them $24 an hour in San Francisco, yeah, I would be on Instacart, just sitting there. Just literally picking one item for
every 3 or 4.
But why? When you can make more as a top dasher, Steve?
I don't know. I don't know. I'd probably be multi-apping. I'd be on all 4 apps. I'd be screwing up the system so that when they do the audit, be like, why'd you guys all pay me? Because they'll all pay you if you can overlap them, right?
See, I cannot believe people don't abuse that right there.
They are. I do triple, quadruple apping.
It's just that Prop 22 is already
Grubhub, DoorDash, all at the same time.
It's gone, dude. So I mean, like they already know that. So they're just. I think that there would be a system coming in place to catch that at this point, but they just know it's gone. It's not going to be there, so they don't care. Here we go. Sergio's got some words of wisdom on Prop 22. Let's see. What's up, Sergio? How are you? Yeah. But what we were mentioning was that, it really doesn't do anything for the rideshare drivers, which is who it should have done something for. And that's actually what Seattle was going to do too. And then Seattle went to the garbage model too. I don't know.
Now, Sergio's out there in California, right?
Yep.
So
he's right by John McKillian.
Okay. So I don't know if he can answer this in chat or not. Do you notice people like taking multiple deliveries at the same time and just like riding out, and getting, the guaranteed pay for both?
He doesn't ever touch the delivery stuff.
No.
He's rideshare only. And that's the thing, man. Rideshare people don't get Joe.
Joe said he never noticed it.
He never, well, on a couple we went through it, he never had Prop 22 pay. All these other, delivery people are seeing it on every hour of active time. I mean, half to 2/3 of their pay is stimulus, basically,
like the supplement.
Yeah, and it's the rest of the country paying for it right now. If everybody doesn't know that we're all paying for this, so like if we're all paying for this with California, how much are we all going to pay for this if 7 states go this way in January? I mean, Instacart, actually, I can't find any new articles, but there was a week or two there where Instacart had a bunch of articles about, they have
see that? He said he's been doing. So Sergio, did you take an Uber and a Grubhub or Uber and DoorDash at the same time to see if they both pay you?
Yeah, because actually that's a good question, Sergio. So there's a federal Prop 22. That's the PRO Act. But we were just talking tonight about there's a good fight on the bill right now because they're gonna the Worker Flexibility and Choice Act is in play too, and that will actually destroy AB 5, Prop 22, and any states that want to do it, just like the PRO Act wanted to destroy right to work states. It's going to destroy all that crap.
See that worker
Get
flexibility.
those active hours up.
feel like
I
they
hear
need a
the
better image
cricket
for that.
too, Roy. Somebody's got a cricket.
Yeah, it's me.
But I think he's outside. It's not that you just that's nature. That's a real cricket.
I'm out my
screen door
garage.
is open, so it could be me.
It's definitely
Welcome
me.
to the
Though.
summer.
That's all right. So I mean, with the federal Prop 22 though, like how much are they going to guarantee us to pay? $24 an hour.
Shoot.
If the federal government is guaranteeing people $24 an hour for all 50
let
states,
them guarantee me $24 an hour on active time. I'm taking Spark, Instacart, Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, all of
you
the
thought it was
same exact
saturated
time.
before.
Same exact time.
Get,
I'm gonna work
get a
1
second,
hour
a
day.
third phone.
Yeah,
Right. Get a
I'm
second,
working
third
1 hour a
phone.
day.
You
I'm
got
taking the
2
order
apps
from everyone.
running on 3 phones. You got 6 apps going per hour. You are making $150 an hour. Boom.
Yeah.
100,000 a year.
Just to do one per platform per hour.
Man, that sounds better than Top Dashing.
Yeah, it does, but it's not a feasible thing. It's not going
It's
to be
not.
there.
It's
I've
just
done
funny
some
to
deeper
say.
dives. I talked to some other people too. Like this, it's not me just being skeptical and hating on this. This is going away. They can't afford to do this, and there's enough money in these companies to just even do it. Even if they have to do it dirty, they're going to do it.
See, this is what
Dirty
Jackie says.
multi-app.
With that, we can do Dirty Dash for 2 hours and be set.
Right.
75 an hour.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the other thing. Can you like go on anytime you want? I mean, I guess you could. It doesn't matter. I mean, but it seems like late night might be easier to overlap those active times too. Like, when it's not so crazy and the traffic's down, like, okay, I'm gonna grab this on this phone. I'm gonna grab this on this burner. I'm gonna grab this.
You know, you know that the photo we
taking a
see
wrong turn.
with the 3 phones to a piece of wood. We'll have like 9 phones on a piece of wood.
Yeah. Why not? Just call it your Prop 22 board.
Yeah.
It's my Prop 22 control center. This is how I make $200 an hour by cheating the stimulus.
Well, the real trick is to somehow, make $24 an hour, and then somehow get people to take that same order for $16 an hour.
Hey, Sergio,
hire a team of.
Can you join
Stop
us
that.
on Sunday, Sergio?
Yeah, you should join us on Sunday. We have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll have some questions too.
I told him I'm bringing him back on the show, and he was all good with that. So, but yeah, you should come on a Sunday. We would rip it up because on Sundays we're willing to really lay it down.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Sunday, no, my son has soccer. Any Sunday he meant, but Sergio, we'll find the time because I was already telling you I want to get you back on anyway. I'd love to have you on this setup too, the round table, bring you on here because I think you have a lot of good insights, and I'm shocked that you did delivery. Oh my God, I can't. I've talked to you enough times. I can't believe you've done delivery. I know you
said
hate
this
it.
for research.
I know. Does your car smell?
Don't drop the shrimp or the seafood in the car. That's bad news.
Who knows? Maybe you had a good experience.
He said he
I
loved
loved it.
Yeah.
Laughing out loud. Okay, maybe he's moving away from people now. We're all introverting, or is that right? Yeah.
it. No. We've all already switched.
So. Oh yeah. Lou. Hey, Marion, how are you? Lou and Mary do it too. Yep. Joe, were you doing? Do you use Android? Do you use Gary's apps, or were you using Para or anything before?
I was using Para for a while, and then I got tired of changing my password and trying to figure out new ones. So I'm just waiting for them to come through and win the fight.
Yep. Well, it's a dark road run, but
Yeah.
I always say that because you know what? You know that YouTube symbol that we see that comes in here, guys? That is Joe, by the way. You know the one that says YouTube and it says like my YouTube account? That is
Right.
him. I went back, I was watching some chat and I read some things like I miss you guys. And there were just some comments in there that were very Joe. It is him. He's Dark Road running.
Sergio, Sundays. Well, Steve, what do you got going on Sunday this time? It depends on what time Steve's beauty rest is over.
What works for you, Sergio?
Yeah.
I already set it up. But I can change it. No, we start in the morning, but we run. I mean, the run time is really what it is it can go a long time. So you can come in at any point. I mean, sometimes we've gone 4 or 5, 6 hours.
Yeah, I'll say normally we start 11. Was it 11 your time, Steve?
Yeah.
About 11 Steve's time. So was it?
I'll give you a call, or I'll send you a text for sure. So what else do we got, guys? Any last final words here? Let's do this. Let's first of all, I want to thank the panel for Hannibal's not here. I want to thank the last week panel for doing it without me. I did watch it, guys. I just didn't see it in real time. I was Kansasing.
Fun.
That's what I call it now, Kansasing. There's only one thing worse than Kansasing, and that's Nebraskaing. So, but I want to thank you guys. I absolutely want to thank this week. I want to thank Kim, even Hannibal, Gary, John, and for those of you that came in late, John is one of us. I mean, he's filled in for me, Gary, and Hannibal, and I don't think anybody's filled in for Kim. She's always been here. She's perfection. She's perfection.
Aww.
I also want to give huge thanks out to it's good that Pedro's in here, to Pedro, to the Rideshare guy, to Solo, Moves, Gary'sApps.com. Remember, people, Gary'sApps.com will take you to Middleton Tech. And so now it's a lot of, instead of having to remember everything, since Kim and I always say Gary's Apps and so do other people, now it's Gary'sApps.com. We make it really easy.
I love it.
Yeah, it made it so much easier.
You know what though? We started saying Gary's Apps, and so Flex decided he didn't want to say Gary's Apps, so he's like Gary's Mods.
Oh my gosh.
So I bought Gary's Mods too.
Nice.
Now he's going to come up with a new one. He can't do that. He's going to keep sending it down.
Claiming things.
He's going to have Gary's bots.
Hey, at a penny a domain, yes, I'll keep buying them.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everyone for having me here. I mean, this is great. I got a lot to learn from you guys, and I'm looking forward to it. So, thank you.
Of course, thank you for coming on. It was great meeting you at the gig conference too. And I guess that was one thing we said was that if we had a little time. So I don't know, real quick. I mean,
hey, real quick before we wrap this up,
all of us on the top, we're all at the event, and it was a wonderful event. It was a wonderful
still have the
first time
wrap
event.
Yeah, man. I'm actually I kind of got home and rewrote it just a hair to make it flow a little better, and I'm gonna try to get a video out by this weekend.
What is this rap?
I was thinking Gary was going to ask you to do it right now.
I was going to ask him to do it right now.
Oh shit! I can give it a shot, but
yeah,
if you guys don't mind.
No. If you
no
would,
DJ,
cool.
we won't DJ over you.
Don't put no beats in there, please. Oh my god! All right, that sucks.
Here
but
it
all
is,
right,
guys. The
ready
second. This is the internet. Well, this is it's the second premiere, I guess. The acoustic
this
version.
is the world premiere.
Acapella.
All right, we'll give it a shot. Sitting here feeling neglected. I'm dashing, but it's hectic. I need some money and I know just what to do. I'll listen to all my favorite tubers, Ed, Grubhub, and the Ubers. Multi-apping makes money, it's true. Now I must admit, I'm so much happier working for me. Accept, decline, the decision's mine, and man, that feels so free. I may not know where I'm going or what this order may be, but I must admit I'm so much happier working for me. Now nothing quite affects me like the no tips that I can't see. Come on, pair, I hope you win the fight. 'Cause DoorDash is so shady, they sure as hell won't pay me for all the work that I've done tonight. But I must admit, I'm so much happier working for me. When times are hard, I just jump in the car and make that sweet money. I may not know where I'm going or what this order may be, but I must admit, I'm so much happier working for me. If I can say just one more thing, hear these words with truth they ring. Try the apps, you'll never be the same. Motivation can be hard to find, but it's out there if you look online. Baby, that's why I play this game. Now I must admit, I'm so much happier working for me. I've learned a lot, now I've got a future clear to see. I may not know where I'm going or what this order may be, but I must admit, I'm so damn happy I bet on me.
Good job.
Even at
Yeah.
home, you guys better be giving that up. Come on. He wrote that thing at the conference.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
The
And then
only thing we
went and
need
told
is
the
that,
DJ
the only thing we
during
need is a
karaoke, I'm
guitar.
going to sing this song. What song do you want to do? I just wrote it. Just give me the mic.
Yeah, and then like, dude, it was so hard to keep going when he started playing those beats because it just wasn't going with what was in my mind.
Yeah, you said it was supposed to be a country song.
Yeah,
Right.
you know,
I need that guitar.
That's what I'm saying.
back.
All we needed was like either a banjo or something like that in the back. You know, just a little
Right.
light one. We didn't even need a heavy one, just a light one. It would have been awesome.
Actually, you know what? That sounded great. At that time, it sounded good at the thing too, but I couldn't make out all the words. That time, I heard every
Right.
word, so I was actually able to, like in the beginning, I heard the beginning, actually at the conference, and then I kind of I lost the words though. I couldn't.
Yeah,
make
once
them
the
out.
music started playing, I was like, yeah.
yeah, I
Like,
was
once the
stumbling a little bit
kicked in,
too,
I
and
couldn't really hear it.
I mean that was 5 minutes ago. This was 5 days ago now, so I guess a little more practice helps.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did you not think I was going to ask him to sing that? Come on, man.
I knew you were.
Love it.
So I guess before we wrap it up, Kim, what do you got going on this week, or what should people know about?
Kind of the same old video every day and live on Tuesdays.
Don't say it that way. Kim puts out a different video every day that's awesome, and you should catch all of them. So
If you want to know what I do every day, just go to my channel and watch a video every day. I take you guys along with me every single day.
and don't forget to watch her Tuesday live. It's always a good time. So, but John, what do you got going on?
Me, back to making some ship videos. I think my next ship video is going to be about how to get a 5-star rating. You know, I was looking at my stats right now. I'm at a perfect 5 on ships, but I think I just crossed the 700 plus total orders, but shop and deliver over 500. So yeah, just going to talk to people. You know, tell them all the different things I do to keep a 5-star rating, and hopefully it helps others get and keep that. Because with Shipt, if you don't have a 5-star rating, it's a pain. You don't get a lot of orders.
Yeah. So I don't know if you're seeing. I know you're on mobile, Joe, but are you seeing this from Sergio? That's Surge 8 stock. That's Sergio from the Rideshare guy. He's like a main contributor there.
Oh no.
So him and Real Rideshare Stories, Chris, they do a Show Me the Money Club, and he's inviting you on it to sing that. It's a pretty big audience, man.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Yeah, Sergio, I can put you in touch with Joe.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of one of my fears, but I don't mind facing it. So
you know, they get 250, 400 people in there. So,
hey, that's great.
You're ready.
It's awesome.
But,
yeah, you got to spread out the world.
Yeah. I mean, you crushed it. So, I mean, I would think you're ready to do it. So,
thank
Gary,
you.
What do you got going on this week?
This week I got a Maximo update coming out. You know, Uber changed to where they're showing the upfront pricing So I went into Maximo, added some filters, so that way you can actually filter it by the upfront pricing for Uber and Lyft for the rideshare part of it. I got Flex Alert, a new update coming out on that soon that will actually auto accept the reserved blocks for you. Of course, driver's utility helper will get an update probably next week, I believe, just some UI changes. And then after that, back to working on the iPhone version of Duh.
Nice.
Really?
Oh,
Any
man.
No ETA.
That's why he never mentions it, because that's the first and only thing people ask him is ETA.
Well,
That's what matters.
I need. I know that's what matters, but it's hard to say because, like even the way I'm doing it now, DoorDash is still glitchy. Like it makes no sense to me. And Kim, do you have a Mac, Kim?
I have an iPad, but I don't have a Mac. No.
Okay, see, here's the problem. For me to send out even beta versions, you have to have a Mac because I have to be able to get your phone UDID, and you have to have a Mac to get that. Is what I'm reading. And so for me to even send you a beta version of it, you would have to have a Mac.
Oh man, I want to do the beta version.
I know.
Like, just get a Mac, Kim.
Yeah, just get a Mac.
I got a Mac.
What I'm thinking is since that's gonna be a complicated way, I'm gonna try and put it to test flight, which is Apple's beta portion of it. That way I can send you a link and it'll install it directly on your phone.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I'll be the first one in line.
Yeah, hopefully, like I gotta get these other updates out, and then I'll get back to that. So hopefully in a couple weeks.
Okay, well, get back to me.
Yeah,
like next week. No, I'm just kidding.
He's good.
Hey,
we got some ideas. That's what we do. That's what we do on Sunday, Sergio. We actually, Gary and I solve problems. If we can't solve your problem, it can't be solved. That is our pitch.
This isn't a problem. This is business.
Right. But I mean, like we talk to business people too.
Yeah.
We set them straight. We've set business people straight. But Sergio,
Sergio,
he has his own ideas.
If you have an idea, get with Steve, and we can all three get on a Zoom call or something like that and talk it over.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us this Thursday and every Thursday on the Roundtable. We always have a awesome time here. Please subscribe to the channel and to Kim's channel and to John's channel and to Hannibal's channel and Gary's channel and Joe's channel. And they're all in the show link. I think I even put Hannibal's. I just leave it in there because if one of us is gone, I just leave it in there anyway. So they're all in the show notes. Subscribe to the channels. Next week, Hannibal will be back, and we got Zach Drives Fast. We're going to be, Gary, I want to talk to you. Have you ever seen the Will Ferrell movie, real quick? Have you ever seen the Will Ferrell movie, Semi-Pro?
Yes.
We're going to be practicing ELE on Sundays. Everybody love everybody.
Nice. Sometimes that's hard to do.
I know, but that's going to be the only because we don't have rules. That's going to be the only rule.
Nice.
No rules except the other rule.
Yeah. No rules except for this rule. Jackie, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you subscribed. And I'm glad you're from Michigan. You're another Michigander, huh?
Everybody watching this,
hey, Jackie.
A thumbs up.
Yeah, hit that like, guys.
Yeah, thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, all that good stuff.
John McKillian at the last minute. Can I join? There's misinformation about Prop 22.
Sunday, John, Sunday.
There's a lot of misinformation about Prop 22, bro.
Sunday, John. Bring it on.
Yeah. So good night, everybody. Be safe, earn smart, and everybody make sure that you ELE. It's important. Everybody love everybody.
Well, midnight head by blinding on a rain night, Steve laid up ahead.